to another Monday noon rants. So today's rants, well, oh, my glasses. This is why I can't have anything nice. Anyways, they're good though. It's 12 o'clock again. I got class until 12:45, so we're gonna be just in my car talking. So today's rant is gonna be about some creepy shit that tends to happen a lot to me, well, my brother, a friend of ours, and I, whenever we go to a specific park. Whoa. We've been to this park a couple times already. We tend to go after every football game, which in the last video we went to a football game and we ended up going to that park. And so much shit has happened in that park that honestly sometimes it's like whatever. Like, me and my brother and whoever we take, whether it's, most of the time it's my brother's friends, so I'm literally hanging around a bunch of minors. I'm just the Uber driver, but my brother's friends treat me like any other person, so I'm fine with that. I treat this park as like whatever is talked about in this park stays in this park. So whatever happens there, whatever we talk about, whatever, like, it stays in there. But there was this one time we took, it was my brother, our friend, and I, we had gone to the park after a football game. And same thing, that's where we went to last time. It was our friend Chubbs, that's the guy from last video. So we had taken him. And we were talking, you know, it was, I want to say around the hours of 12 and 1. We stay out pretty late, just letting you guys know. The way this park is kind of like structured, you could say, is that it's the park at the top. So it's kind of like, so imagine the park here, and then there's like a little circle here because that's the dead end zone for the road, and then it's the road coming out. So the park, right? That's the road coming down, and you have to cross the street to get to the trail side here, where there's like seats and all, like little benches. And past that, it's a nice, really pretty view of the city. And like literally down that little hill, there's another trail for the houses. So we park up here and we walked it down because there's no parking on this side. It's literally just the road. And there was this one time we had gone, we parked, right? We had Wingstop because we were hungry, and we ate and we took some photos. And we came down and we sat there and we were talking. And it's nighttime. We were talking about like creepy shit that has happened to us, creepy shit that we've witnessed. It's a Stanley, guys. Drink water. Hold on. And so we had gone. My friend had said something really creepy about stuff that has happened to him and how his mom predicts a bunch of shit from her dreams, and a lot of them have came true. But we had just talked about that shit that his mom says, and like that kind of comes to real life. And not long after, his mom texts him like saying, hey, you know, how late are you gonna be out? Just text me when you get home, be safe. And he was just like, all right guys, let me go call my mommy. And we're like, okay. But before all of that happened, we had noticed a creepy person standing on the side. So the way it is that it's the trail, right? It's the trail. And right here, there were some seats. So it's a seat, a little gap, and then another seat. And then it's just a bunch of like bush and brush up back here. And then there's a tree on this side, and there's a tree on this side. So we were sitting here, the tree on this side, it's really dark. There's no lights on this trail. It's dark. Ooh, water. Really got me burping today. And so before Chubbs had left to go call his mom, we all noticed a creepy person, a dark figure standing here. It was dark. We couldn't see who this person was, and we were like, oh, that's kind of creepy. And it looked like they were on their phone, but you couldn't really see the light of the phone. It wasn't really illuminating their face. So we're like, oh, we thought it was a guy, a man. We're like, oh, it's just some fucking guy. We've been here so many times. We've seen so much shit. We've seen people walking up and down the trail because, you know, people are bored at night. And so we didn't really think much of it. We were just like, oh, it's just another person that's just at the trail. And Chubbs got up and he went this way. Me and my brother stayed right here talking. And from there, and so my brother tells me, because he was facing the person, I wasn't, my back was turned to the person. He goes like, Evelyn, and I was like, what? He's like, turn around and look what the fucking person's doing. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, just look. And I was like, okay. And so I turned around. This man turns out to be a woman. What the fuck is a lady in a black dress, by the way? A lady in a black dress, long hair and kind of like wavy, standing in the middle of the fucking like walkway where that tree is. And I was just like, ooh, ma'am, what are you doing here? And it wasn't, you couldn't see her face, but she was in a black dress. So like, imagine like the way my shirt is, like that. So the black dress kind of went like that above her. And then down her, fuck, her right, what? I couldn't figure out what. Okay, on her right leg there was a slit down her dress, so her thigh was exposed, and you could tell she was wearing heels. We had seen a white convertible pass by, but we didn't see the person in it. We did not see the person get out. So the lady's just standing there like, and we're just like, ooh. And she started walking up to us. Have you guys seen Mars Attack? Like that one lady with like pointy titties, and she's like walking like that, but like her. And I was just like, what the fuck? And my brother was just like, bro, that's creepy. And I felt it. I felt that weird thing that my brother was feeling. I was like, no, dude, you're right, that is kind of fucking creepy. But I was just like, I'm not gonna say anything about it. I was like, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna, like, you know. And I was trying to like make a joke out of it, because I was like, it's a fucking lady. What could she do when there's 3 of us and 1 of her? Like, I'm not saying women can't be murders, right? But I'm just saying, like, what is she gonna do with 2 big kids and then me? And so the moment our friend had left, she is when she came out from the tree. She just kind of like stood there staring at us. And she's, like I said, she was walking up to us the way I was talking about. And I was trying to be like, like I said, I was trying to make a joke out of it. And I was like, oh, she's just trying to bewitch us. And my brother's like, no. Like, my brother was not having it. He's just like, I'm gonna go get Chubbs. I was like, no, don't leave me. This is how you know I was dead scared of what happened, because I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. Nada. I was just there kind of like, oh shit, you know, like this is really happening. And I was just watching her. And he went up to Chubbs and he told me, he's like, oh, and this is what he told me, like, what he told me is like, because he stood in front of him, he was like, dude, look behind me and look at the lady. And Chubbs kind of went like, he was like, ooh. And Chubbs was like, oh, mom, I'll call you right back, okay? But I love you and I'll be back home. I'll be home soon. The moment Chubbs comes back, this lady, dead ass, just stops, turns around like that, and walks away back to her car. The same way she was walking up to us, she walked like that back to her car. We're just like, what the fuck? And she got into her convertible. She got in there, she went up the dead end zone, busted a bitch, a U-turn, and she came back down and left. And we're just like, what the fuck was that? You know, like, we were just like, oh, very mysterious, you know. And what Chubb said to us afterwards honestly freaked us out even more. So, you know, when you with a mama instinct, so that's what she had. The next day I was at my dad's house and Chubbs texted me on Instagram, hey fool, where you at? And I was just like, I'm at my dad's house. Why? He was like, oh, let me tell you something about what happened yesterday. And he was like, remember that creepy ass lady? And I was like, yeah. My mom called me or texted me, like, you know. And I was like, yeah, what's up with that? She said the reason why she texted me was because she was having a dream of me, Chubbs, screaming for help. And I was just like, what? He's like, yeah, she had a dream of me screaming for help, and she didn't see the rest because she woke up right away the moment she saw me screaming, and she texted me. And I was like, oh. And I'm not really big on conspiracy theories, or like, like solve, like, you know what I mean, like when people see things and they're trying to solve a case, it's kind of like that, but it's because it's kind of like a conspiracy theory, you could say. And so for some reason that really intrigued me, because I was thinking like Chubbs was with us and the lady was just minding her own business. The moment Chubbs got up and left to go call his mother is when this lady was walking up to us. I was telling Chubbs, I was like, dude, what if Ricky never went up to you and this lady would have done something to me and Ricky, like attacked us, and you were the one screaming for help, trying to save us? Which is what your mom had probably seen, but she didn't see us getting hurt, but she saw you calling for help. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it's like, so we found that very fucking creepy. And I was saying like, dude, and Chubbs was like, bro, we gotta fucking, wow, it left my head. What is it called? Oh, he was just like, we have an instinct of a fart, dude. And I was like, yeah, no fucking shit. Because, kid you not, guys, the moment that lady left, we stayed another hour. So it was like 2, almost 3 o'clock when we left. And looking back at it, it's like, what were the chances of this lady coming back with more people? Hello? So we were just like, oh, hell no, why the fuck did we stay? For last video, Friday's video, going to the football game, so we had gone to the same park before going into a different park. I didn't record anything at this park because, like I said, we talk a lot about personal stuff, so I wasn't gonna record any of that and just post it. And so we were chilling, talking. I want to say it was probably like 11:30, 12 o'clock. This bitch really decided to park next to me. She parked forward into a parking spot and backed up into the parking spot all the way. Like, she parked in the parking spot. I don't know why the fuck she came back. And that fucking ass hairdo. Sorry. I hate it when people have she's coming back. What did she forget? Sorry guys, I have issues like that. It's like there's a lot of parking spaces and you decide to park next to me. Like, come on now, Miss Girl. Anyways, but fuck, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, right. We were there around 11:30, maybe 12. And everything was fine. There was 2 other people. There was a couple actually right next to us in the bench next to us going. It's kind of gross. I guess they finally had enough of chit chat next to them, so they got up and left to their car. But like I said, I was parked where the same part was, you know, that one part where the dead end is. And there was a Tesla and another car. The other car with the couple that were like with each other were bumping music. And the Tesla, I think they were just there doing whatever the fuck they were doing. And a cop passes by and he goes up. And have you seen that video of that one cop, or that one, or like he flashed his light, his big beam light through my car, and I was just like, oh, what's going on? And he passed by my car, and he went to the other 2 cars, did the busted a bitch, the U-turn at the dead end, and the other 2 cars left. And we're like, oh shit, is he gonna tell us to leave? But how is he gonna tell us to leave if we're not at our car? We're literally down the fucking street, across the street, trail, you know? So it's like, and he went behind my car, flashes red and blue lights, and I was like, fuck, dude, he's gonna give me a ticket without giving me a ticket because I'm not there. And so, and we were just like, oh shit, dude, should we go up there? And I was like, yes. So, because it's my car. So I got up and I ran. I have an autoimmune disease that attacks my ankle, so you don't ever see a bitch run. And I ran. And I kid you not, I swear to God, I think he saw me, because he turned off his lights and just went off. And I kind of went there and I kind of went like that, like, so like, hey, you know. And he stared at me and left. And we're just like, so are you gonna tell me like you guys can't be here no more, it's past late, you guys gotta go? Nada, nomás se fue. And we're just like, so are you gonna give me a ticket or not? So now we're just waiting. to see if I get a ticket. Hey, Evelina, fucking. That's besides the point. So that happened, and we stayed there another like 15 minutes taking photos. Well, I took the photos of my friend and my brother because I'm a photographer, guys. And so we were kind of just chilling there thinking like, fuck, you know, like if I'm gonna get a ticket, how much are tickets? Like, is it really a big? It's like $60 to $100. It could be worse. So I'm grateful that it ranges between $60 to $100 because I can pay that. I'll be fine with that. And while we were just waiting there talking and like trying to figure out like, oh, you think he'll come back? Maybe he'll like tell us something and be like, oh, it's just warning you guys gotta go. I saw your car here, you know, like we were just thinking like, oh. And Chubbs goes, bro, do you see that? And I was like, what? And we turned around and we saw a figure stand like I know there's a house down there, down where the dead end zone is at, but we never actually physically have seen the house, so we don't know if it was abandoned or not. But it looked like an old lady. I think I have a photo. I'm gonna have to check, but if I do, I will put it right here. So, but I don't know what the fuck she was doing. Like, she was just there. Like, she came out from the street and just kind of walked, and she just stood there. She was like in a nightgown. It was creepy. You encounter a lot of weird shit up in this park, not gonna lie. And so we were just like, oh, what the fuck? And like my brother was like, what? I don't see it. And I took okay, guys, sorry, my phone overheated. But anyways, point case is that she just came out of nowhere and she left. So it was pretty creepy. But I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's already 12:27. So anyway, see you guys next Monday for Monday Noon Rants.